and welcome to this week's Happy Hour. So, welcome to the second in my series on surviving the silly season. And this week I want to talk about there's this strange thing that happens when we hit December. And sometimes this can even happen in the end of November. But it's as though we suddenly realize that the year is almost at an end and people panic. And we feel like we have to that we've wasted the whole year and we have to try and get it all done or finish the year with a bang. And it's a recipe for burnout. Like often we've been, we're busy at work. Maybe we are planning to take some time off. We might not have had a break for a little while because we're saving it for the end of the year. Maybe some people are already away on leave, and so, we're trying to do more with less. And so, things might be busy. And then we add in, so we layer in, all the Christmas dues and the work parties and, the end of year concerts and dance recitals and award ceremonies. If you've got kids, they'll finish school and they're at home. You've got to look after, what are you doing with the kids? So there's all these extra things that we add in. Trying to catch up with every person you've ever met before Christmas. And it means that we can we start pushing. We start pushing our nervous system to just do more and more on less and less. And we promise ourselves that we just need to get through this period and then we can rest. And maybe we can, but maybe what will happen is we will push ourselves so hard that we kind of roll into our break when we get one, and we've got this frazzled and fried nervous system that will either be super reactive when we're with our family, who, often it can be, you're catching up with lots of family and we might be triggered by that, or we'll shut down. So, you'll just be super tired or lethargic. You won't want to do anything. You might even get sick. And when you think about it, it's all arbitrary. Our brain loves to create structure. And so we create these days and months and years and beginnings and endings. And it's all arbitrary. I mean, New Year is different. There's Chinese New Year. It's a whole different time. So we know it's arbitrary, but we still feel that, that's the end and this is the beginning. When you think about it, why do we feel this pressure to catch up with everyone before Christmas? It's like they're not going to exist in January. And it puts a lot of extra pressure that doesn't need to be there. I've got a group of friends and we used to always catch up for a Christmas, pre-Christmas catch up. And it was chaos trying to organise everyone's schedules between all the other Christmas activities and kids. And one year we just couldn't make it happen. And so we caught up in January and it was fantastic. The pressure was off. We didn't have to make it a Christmas do. We didn't have to do all the, Secret Santa and all this kind of extra stuff. We just caught up. It was wonderful. Everyone was really relaxed because it was after all that craziness of Christmas time. And so now that's generally what we do, is we don't catch up and then we'll make sure that we do in January. And that's something that, we can easily, organise with our group of friends. So for this time of year, what if we prioritised some quiet, time to meditate, time to recharge the batteries between social events? If we prioritised which events we have to go to and avoid some of the the shoulds and think about how we want to be and feel leading into the end of the year, rather than what we want to achieve. It's a bit of a mindset switch, but it makes a big difference to how we feel. So I've been thinking about this, and this has been something I've been personally focusing on, particularly in the last few weeks, where a number of areas of life have gone into overdrive all at once. And it means prioritizing. So I check in regularly with my body and see where it's at. And if I feel really dysregulated or super stressed, I'll lean into my practices to calm, and maybe it's a breathing exercise if I don't have a lot of time, just to regulate my nervous system until I can take some time out. The other day I was feeling I felt like I'd had a really busy week, and so I lay down and I listened to a yoga nidra, which is a really relaxing practice for me. And I find, after a sort of 20 minutes of yoga nidra, I can return myself pretty much to a calm, rested state, no matter how stressed I've been. So I prioritize that. Now, could I do more or clean more or get more things sorted? Yeah, I could. But I've prioritized making sure that I'm feeling in my body, feeling present and regulated over getting things done. And my question to you is, can you prioritize that for yourself? Can you see beyond the shoulds and what other people might think, or these rules that you've placed on yourself about how things need to be, and give yourself, your body and your mind, the time and the space that it needs to rest and recharge, even in this time of year? Can we not glorify and prioritize this push kind of mentality? And can we allow some more spaciousness and prioritize and focus on making sure that we are able to be present and joyful with the people that we love and do the things that we want to do, rather than just running ourselves into the ground? So hopefully there's something in there that speaks to you and that you can take for yourself. There's a few practices that I've done in previous episodes that you might find are, relaxing meditations that you could do when you do need that time out and you want to check back in. And next week I'll be talking about more about this magic of Christmas and how we can get ourselves caught up in that one as well. So have a great week. Make sure you take some time for you, and I'll see you next week.